as a salesperson, what's a really good book that you need that's going to really teach you how to close deals and close sales that's current and really does give you sales skills? I'm Scott Silverberg. I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about books. Today, I have flipped a script from Oren Klaff. Now, I'm a huge fan of Pitch Anything, and that came out 2010, 2011. I was like blown away. It was like really cool stuff, really cool content. And so I really look forward to this book. I ordered it as soon as I found out that it was coming out like 3 or 4 months ago. And what Oren has done is he's taken a lot of studies and a lot of information that you would get from academia and solved a lot of problems that salespeople have with attention span and getting the message to the buyer. And things change. Buyers evolve just like anything else. In the first chapter, he talks about something really cool that he's labeled as Inception. And that's getting the buyer to think what you want them to think. And if you don't have a way to have somebody's attention and hold their attention, you're really going to struggle, because attention equals income. And there's some really cool ideas in here about Inception and how to get somebody to just become really curious on what you have to offer. The next chapter talks about product domination dominance hierarchy and how people talk from certain industries and how they know that you were supposed to be there. And I've been writing along with salespeople for the last 7 years, and I'm going to tell you, most salespeople are not prepared in any shape or form to have a conversation, and the buyers know it. Your buyer knows it, so you really got to have the dominance hierarchy taken care of. Certainty is one of those things where, it comes from vocal pitch and tone. It also comes from the narrative that you use. When somebody talks to you and they're certain about something, this is where con men are really good. You hear it in their voice and you're like, something sounds like it's supposed to be there, but it's also in the way that they interact, and it's also in the way that they move around the situation, they move around the board that they're working with in the game board. Using pre-wired ideas is another thing that Oren talks about, and how you can talk your way through a problem, and the way that you do it is amazing. Now, on the day this book came out, not only did I get the book, I also got the audio. So I read the book and I listened to the audio, and he talks about a trip to Switzerland and how a guy had to go in and prove that he was supposed to be at the table and was able to do that. I got the power plain vanilla. Right now, everybody hypes up everything that they do, and they overtalk their process, they overtalk their product, and there's some skepticism that's built into what happens. And so just telling somebody, hey, look, this is what it is, a plain vanilla deal. People are like, okay, I get that. Leveraging pessimism. You're going to find that at the end of the day, everybody always wants to sell the beauty, the perfections, and not talk about the negative aspects. But the brain starts looking and going, hey, what's wrong here? I think there's something wrong here. I know there's something wrong here. All you're doing is talking about the positive. As a salesperson, as a presenter, you have to talk about the negative sides. Like there's a pendulum, there's an arc. You got good over here, you got bad over here. And if you're only hitting the pendulum arc of the good, the brain starts switching over and going for the bad. So you have to talk about the negative of what's going on. And I got to tell you, the last chapter on how to be compelling is really good as well. But I've been studying psychology, sales, persuasion for the last 15 years. And I haven't really seen a book where somebody puts together the information like this, how Oren has. It's pretty complete for you, and it's easy to follow. There's some formulas in here. You're going to have to do some work. Now, if you like people like Robert Cialdini, Dr. Kevin Hogan, Dan Ariely, or even Dr. Eric Knowles, he's retired, but he talks about reactance. He really did a lot of studies on reactance. If you like any of those 4 people or the studies that come out and talk about how you could use psychology to sell more, you're gonna love this book, right? You're gonna love that book. Flip the script, because it's really gonna help you out, have the right conversations, and help you close deals where other people aren't. And if you got the skills and the techniques that nobody else does, those deals are yours. And people are typically blown away when you know how to communicate better than what they're expecting. So here's the thing: pick up the book, flip the script. It's freaking awesome. You're gonna love it. Now, if you've never been to my channel before, you got one thing to do, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. It says, Scott Bell Consultant sent another fantastic video, probably from a really cool location or the beach. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.